Hello, and welcome to another video. In this video, I am looking at the Nejitte Beaded Bonsai set. Um, it is a seed, bead, and wire craft kit. This is their Sakura or cherry blossom version. This is not sponsored. I brought this while I was in Japan from a store called Hands, which is a variety goods store that can be found in very, very many places. In this set, it comes with a beautiful pot, as well as copper wire, plasticine to stick everything in the pot, two different kinds of seed beads, both pink for the cherry blossoms, one more transparent and glassy, and the other a bit more opaque and filmy, and some rocks to cover the plasticine in the base, as well as instructions. Now, of course, the instructions are in Japanese, but they are written simply enough that Google Translate had no problem translating them for me. They also have very clear diagrams, and they use metric measurements, which makes it very easy for my Australian brain to understand. Now, Nejitte they have a variety of different kinds. I picked up this one because it is a gift from my brother. I know if I brought him the set, it would take him ages to getting around to creating it himself, but he does like bonsais. So I thought I would make him this for Christmas. And he was very, very happy with it. So Nejitte is owned by Miyuki Factory, which started as a bead manufacturer, but now makes threads, sequins, accessories, and all sorts of goods. They have an online store, which does seem to sell internationally, though, but I'm not sure what the shipping fees would be like. But they also have an in-person store in Taito City, Tokyo, which sells goods but also has a beautiful gallery on the 4th floor. I did not go there, but if I ever go back to Japan, I would really love to check it out. So if you are interested in beadcraft, that might be something for you to go see. But the set is actually quite easy to put together, and nowhere near as intimidating as I first thought. So you start by cutting the copper wire to about 30 centimeters a piece, and you want to do this 80 times. Now there is a little bit of spare wire, just as there is some extra beads, just in case anything goes wrong. For example, I dropped one of these beads on the floor on our nice wood floors, and I have not found it to this day. And I'm sure it will turn up eventually, or perhaps it's already been vacuumed up. Now you want to put 5 beads to a strand of wire. Now you can do, as I've done here, 5 of the opaque beads and 5 of the glass beads, or you can mix and match and say like 3 opaque, 3 glass. You want to twist it securely to about 1/2 centimeter a piece. That'll keep all the beads in place. You want to do it firmly, not too firmly though, because the wire is quite gentle and will break. But did make it good. I found that the wire was not rough or did not poke me, but if you have more sensitive skin than I, then you may want to wear gloves while you wear it. But the instructions lay out. Start with one, twist it to another one, and then once you have a pair, make another pair. Twist them together so you have 4. Once you have 4, put that aside, start again with one, then a pair, then twist that pair with another pair, and twist the 4 with the other 4, so you get 8. Now the instructions say to twist to 1/2 centimeter for each one of these joinings, but I found as the wire got thicker, I felt more comfortable twisting it a little bit more, probably closer to 1 centimeter. Just to feel secure, like they weren't going to lose themselves. And now you keep working in these sort of double up situations. So once you have 8, again, put it to the side and do another one, then a pair, then a 4, then an 8, and then you can twist them together to make 16. Now you want to make 5 16 lots in the end. And this will then, I find, come together best if you do it in a set of 2 and a set of 3 to twist them together. Now I'll show you here what twisting 3 together looks like. And I find once it got to this level of thickness, feeding the wire together a little bit made it feel more sturdy. As when I tried twisting them straight on each other, it felt like they were twisting around each other and not interlocking. But if you threaded the wires between each other a little bit, it felt a little bit more secure. Now, of course, this will make all the sort of little bits bob together, but you can adjust all of them at the end. Now, once you have the 3 together, you can twist it together with the set of 2, and you will have a completed, I guess, head of the bonsai. What's that part of the tree called? I want to say canopy, but I feel like that's far too tall for a bonsai. I am not a plant person. I will let you know that now. My crafts tend to lean more indoors. And I don't have any sort of green thumb, unfortunately. But once they are all twisted together, I did some adjusting here, but it's really fine to wait to do the adjusting until you have it in the pot, as you'll probably need to do a little bit more adjusting again once you get it settled, just to make sure everything sits nicely the way you want it. Now they do say in the instructions to arrange it as you like. They give a example, but it is up to you how you want it to look, which is pretty cool. Sometimes I find sets like this can be very rigid and just tell you one way to do it, but this one told you to express yourself. Now you want to twist the wire on itself in sort of a coil so it will fit in the pot. Can make the wire stick out a little bit, but that's why you have the plasticine to stick it all together and stop any of it poking out. Now I found I had a little bit of trouble with balancing it once I had the plasticine in. I had to redistribute the angle of the trunk just to make sure that it would balance, but other than that, it pretty much was very, very, very simple. Now, I used all the plasticine as I felt like I was supposed to, but you really didn't need to. It got to a point where it was a little overstuffed and made it difficult to put the rocks on, which is something, if I were to get another one of these sets, I would learn from in the future. I would not do quite so many, just so I could put a little bit more rocks in. But I am quite excited to sort of play with this concept without a set. Beads and wire are quite easy to come by, and I have plenty laying around, so I want to see what I can come up with without that. However, I don't know where I would get little pots from. So if anyone has any recommendation for beautiful pots like this is a ceramic pot. It is tiny, but it is ceramic and it is good quality. So if anyone has any recommendations for where I can find cute ceramic pots like this, please let me know down below. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to play with some beads and some wire. If you are interested in that, I can share it here. Otherwise, I'll just do that in my free time. If you've ever done one of these kits, if you've done a different one, what did you think of it? If you've been to Japan, do you have some stories to share? Otherwise, thank you for watching, and if I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!